Good evening and welcome to Friday Night Thunder! Tonight we bring you the penultimate event of the season, the championship race from Legacy Atlanta. I am your host Snake, and with me I've got my partner in crime, Smokin' Joe. Welcome to the broadcast, Joe.
Yeah, welcome to Atlanta. Welcome to the final race of season 3, the place where the series all started, Legacy Atlanta. We're in for a bit of a hot one here tonight. Looks like we got some clouds moving in and out that's really messing around with this track temp here tonight. So we'll see what the boys are in store for when the race gets going.
Absolutely, we're at the traditional mile-and-a-half format here, the old cheese grater here at Atlanta before they decided to make a plate track out of it. Things have come full circle, Joe. You know, you did allude to that 3 seasons ago. We kicked things off with Friday Night Thunder here at Legacy Atlanta, and everything is going to be settled here tonight once again in Atlanta. Ken Redinger looking to go back-to-back as champion. Justin Parham has got himself quite a hole, so something traumatic has to happen here essentially before the start of the race. Basically, Ken just has to go green one lap, if I'm not mistaken. It's all about bragging rights from now on, so Ken Redinger poised to claim that back-to-back chip.
Yeah, pretty much the championship battle settled here. We do have a couple inner battles going on points-wise coming into tonight. Parham Vulpes battling there for second. They're only separated by 8 points. You look a little further back there, you got Steve Lewis holding down the fort, tied with Matt Novella in fourth, and Stinson's only 1 point behind them. So a tough battle going on there for a top 5 spot in the points. And then the battle being the top 10, you got Dalton Connor, a little bit, just a couple points in front of Brandon Garand. Tommy Fox is right there as well. And then, of course, Beverly, Fritz, and Gambrel round out the top 12.
Yeah, it's definitely a question of what could have been for many of these drivers. Did not have the chase that they were looking for. As you see, loosey-goosey in practice there. These guys just kind of like warming up and seeing what the wall feels like right there. You see Beverly having a good time there. Tommy Fox in the 00, Mr. Top 10 Tommy himself. Looking to have a good run, but it's that number 24 right there on screen, Kenneth Redinger, last season's champion, won the regular season championship this season, and now going for number 2. And it looks like he's putting on pretty good pace here early going. Looks like that high line is going to come in handy today at Atlanta. How about it, Joe?
Yeah, well, that's going to be the concern right there is how loose are people going to get coming out of the corners. We'll see if the track temp comes down any, how much that really changes the way it's going to drive today. We're on the lookout to just see who's the best at saving their tires and who's the best at managing their car and making sure they don't destroy it as well. So 2 key points here. We've seen a lot of trouble, especially at Vegas. Just a couple weeks ago where the car got really loose, guys going through the grass, a couple big wrecks as well, created a chaotic event. Looks like we may be in store for the same thing here today.
Yeah, absolutely. A lot of cloud cover was scheduled for the practice and qualifying session here, but as you can see, it is bright and sunny, cooking that pavement, so it looks like it's a little slippery out there. So we'll see who manages each set of corners here to be able to carry that speed and keep that car straight. We've seen a couple guys here lose it in practice early, so I'm really excited to see the qualifying once we move on from practice here, see what kind of blistering lap times these guys can do, and see maybe with a smaller field tonight who elects not to qualify, maybe just start in the back and take it easy, as we go green.
Yeah, so looking, actually the car on screen right there was the highest qualifier. The last time we were here, Joe Volpes qualified second out of the very large field that we had for the series opener here at Legacy Atlanta. The highest finisher in that race that's here tonight was actually also Joseph Volpes. He finished 6th. Looking through some of the other notables, Tommy Fox was 13th in that race. Steve Lewis was 16th. Let's see who else we got here. Brandon Garand was 23rd. And I think that's about it. Oh, Novella was actually out of that race early. It looks like he finished 28th, 39 laps down. So it looks like he had some trouble, and pretty much everybody else that's here tonight wasn't here for that race back in season one. So pretty much everybody very green to this track out there tonight.
Yeah, riding on board here with the 99 of Justin Parham. You know, a chase tale of what could have been. Had a couple opportunities to chisel into that points lead that Redinger had established there, and you know, was trying to do all the things he could. You look back last week, you know, leading laps early, trying to do everything he could, and Redinger just had an amazing long run car there. So it's just one of those things. Like, Justin really put in a lot of work this season, and that 24 has just been a steamroller, the unstoppable force.
Yeah, pretty much that's what's happened this season. Ken Redinger was just able to pick up right where he left off last season, and was able to stay as consistent as last season. Able to get the championship once again here tonight, as soon as this race gets going, pretty much. So back-to-back champion for Ken Redinger. I don't think it's too early to say congrats to him. I don't think I'm putting the jinx on him, but
Yeah,
congrats
I'd,
to him on that. And we'll see how the race goes, though.
yeah, it looks like there's going to be no technical difficulties. He'll be able to qualify and grid up tonight. So just needs to start the race, and the 24 is Mr. Two Time.
We only got a couple seconds left in practice here, so we're about to get ready to qualify. We'll see what the hot lap is going to be for qualifying here tonight. Looked like they were running about mid 30s there in practice, so I'm expecting to see the same here in qualifying, unless the track changes drastically here when this practice session ends.
Yeah, I feel if the track was maybe a little bit cooler, they could rip a 30 flat, maybe even a sub 30 lap time, but probably a 33 to a 35 is probably going to get you the pole here as we transition a little bit later in the day here for the qualifying segment of our race. You see that bright sunshine out there. That track is just cooking. Those fans in the stands getting a nice sunburn. So we'll go ahead and see who starts out first. 79-degree air temperature, but you can see barely a cloud in the sky. Pretty humid out there as well, so it's a little sticky out there today as we see Dalton Connor is going to lead us out in qualifying the 93. A little squirrely there on exit of 2. Dalton Connor had a great campaign this season, Joe. You know, top 10 regular season effort, a top 10 championship chase effort. So Dalton always comes prepared, and he's a strong competitor week in and week out.
Yeah, we'll see what he's able to do here in the final race of the season. Been fairly consistent throughout this one. Guaranteed top 10 tonight, so he'll be able to add that to his list. Want to make sure you don't hit anything here. Looks like he was drifting a little bit there in 1 and 2. I don't think that's the optimal thing to get a good lap time, but running this high line seems to be where most of the speed is found. But yeah, touching the wall
Little
like that,
contact, yep.
that's
It's going
gonna
to
invalidate this lap.
negate that lap, so he's going to have to try to focus his efforts here on lap number 2 and see if he can do it. But ripping that fence, ripping the boards is where you're going to find the speed here today at Atlanta as we ride on with Joe Volpus there. Volpus, another one there, trying to compete for that championship. Had a couple unfortunate circumstances, some races that didn't quite go his way, and just left him trailing in the standings. So unfortunately, Volpus unable to score a real good chance at a championship this season. But, you know, he's always one that's available and competing for the wins week in and week out. So get that tower up there. Looks like Volpus definitely has the pole as it stands right now. 5 drivers have gone on the track to try to complete their qualifying effort as we ride on right there and check out the 31 right there. I think that's actually the 98 of Stinson, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I believe you are correct in that. So Jay Stinson out here. Looks like his first lap was good enough to be 5th out of 5. We'll see what he's got on the second lap in store for everybody.
Coming to the line. Looks like that's going to move him up to P2 on the grid, so unable to unseat the 13 of Volpus, but Stinson able to be on the front row currently. And Ken Redinger, it looks like he's going to go out and make a qualifying stab at it. We've seen him score the pole a few times here this season. He's no stranger to the front. So we'll see how Ken completes his qualifying effort, and we'll see how he hits his marks here as he comes to the line for lap 1.
Temp does seem like it's going down a touch, so this might be a bit of an advantage for these guys to hit their marks maybe a little bit better than the guys that went out already. Looks like you can see that air temp staying pretty much the same, but I think they get a little extra cloud cover right now than they did at the start of the session. You can see it looks just a little bit darker down there in turn 3 than it did at the start of the session.
Yeah, he went low through 1 and 2 and decides to rip it high through 3 and 4. So let's see if that strategy gets himself a hot time. I think he's really going to focus his efforts on the second lap, try to bring his tires up to temp easy, and he's going to push it right here, guys.
Yeah, you can see track end just a little bit darker there, attitude down the backstretch and down into 3. This may play into Ken Redinger's hands into getting another pole position here to wrap up his championship season. We'll see. That would really wrap it up because that would be more bonus points heading his way.
Coming to the line, looks like Redinger going to get that bonus point and secure that pole. So Ken Redinger, no surprise, a fast qualifying effort with a 30.217 at 180 miles an hour. But not so fast, my friend. The Hurricane, here comes the menace. Eric Gambrill right there. He's doing it for the Lucky Charms. We'll see if he can put together a great qualifying effort. He had a pretty good fast lap in practice, so let's see if he can knock a few tenths off that here in quali.
Right now he's running the bottom, which is different compared to everybody else before him. With this extra shade, it may be helping him out running the bottom. We'll see if this lap's good enough. And at the line, look at that.
Yeah, look at that. Wrapping the bottom worked out for Gambrill. New pole sitter, Eric Gambrill. He's going to lead us off to the start of the race there, securing that pole. Eric missed a few weeks in the chase, so that effectively inhibited his chances, but he was running top 3 in the points all through the regular season, so you know he's going to be a threat out there tonight, and he's going to lead us as we go to green here. So after qualifying, Eric Gambrill is going to be your pole sitter tonight.
Thanks for coming out to the final race of the season.
We'll take a look right here
getting the pole
as we just have a little bit of a technical difficulty. We'll get things back
you guys know all the
track
rules, the way
in
the
just a
series
moment.
works. So remember, no stages, anything like that. So we go green 1 to 120. That's the way the race went. So keep that in mind. You guys know all the other rules as well.
So, you know,
be on the lookout. All the new
it's one of those situations where,
coming
you
out
know,
in the
when the
next couple of
technology
days.
works, it's a beautiful
so
thing, but when it decides to have a hiccup, yeah, good luck. But it looks like we are back on track. So we're going to go ahead and advance the session here and go right to the race here. And you see the drivers gritting up right there. We watched a little bit of practice there, Joe. We watched a little bit of qualifying. You see Eric Gambrill going to be the pole sitter. Redinger's going to be outside P1, row 1, I should say. Vulpes inside row 2. John Beverly with a pretty good qualifying effort there. Going to be outside row 2. Justin Parham going to be inside row 3. Jay Stinson, he's going to be outside row 3. Steve Lewis going to be inside row 4. Matt Novella outside row 4. Dalton Connor inside row 5. Tommy Fox rounds out that top 10.
Yeah, that's going to be the field for tonight. A little bit of a smaller field, but not short on talent, that's for certain. So everybody going to try and do their best. Looks like everybody's still getting ready to go rolling, and I think we got a man that's ready to get us rolling.
Absolutely. So we'll go down for the call.
Here to give the command, please welcome our Grand Marshal, owner of Star Importers, Monty Huda.
Drivers, start your engine.
Fired up.
And you got to love it. Look at that. Monty Huda coming through in the clutch there. Drivers start those engines as the pace car leads them off here from Legacy Atlanta. The championship race in the Moonlight Racing League's Friday Night Thunder Series, Season 3. All Ken Redinger has to do is cross the line here once we go green, and he secures that back-to-back championship. So an early congratulations to Ken Redinger. The 24 knew how to get it done, and he just ran a smart campaign this season, and he finds himself back-to-back champion. But that being said, we have a 120-lap main event tonight. Lots of racing to unfold. So these guys are definitely going for bragging rights, and you know they're trophy hunting tonight. So I think the gloves are off, and these guys are going to really have at it when we go green.
Yeah, we'll see just how aggressive everybody wants to be off the rip. I do expect it to be pretty chaotic for certain right off the start. So we'll see who's ready to go.
Yep.
Got to watch out for that wheel spin, though, of course, at this track as well. We've seen it in other cars.
Yep.
This car is a little bit less powered, but still could happen.
That wheel spin is crazy, and we see the aerodynamics and the nature of these cars on the 1.5 layouts here with the draft model. So come to the restart zone. Redinger is going to take them off. We're green from Atlanta on Friday Night Thunder. Looks like Gambrill gets a great jump right there. Redinger unable to respond on the outside. Looks like he's going to be able to have the advantage. Volpus and Redinger side by side as they enter turn one. Beverly sneaking the nose in the middle, decides to keep it back outside. Gambrill with the clear advantage there, gets in that clean air, clears the field, going to go to that high line where that's where the magic's at, guys. Ken Redinger going to stay behind in third. Volpus is going to let Gambrill get out to that early advantage, but not get away too far. As you see,
Like they're already going 3 wide behind him there. See, look at that Novella up the middle.
Matt Novella threading the needle right there outside of Stinson and Parham. Oh, little contact there, Novella and Stinson. Stinson's going to return the favor and ding him a little bit. Didn't appreciate that. Going to send Novella there for a little ride. He said, you're going to know your place, son. Matt Novella going to cycle to the back. Jay Stinson didn't appreciate that early, boys.
That could have been really bad right there. Novella able to recuperate, though. He's now in 10th. We'll see if he's able to recover back up to Stinson or not. I'm sure he's not going to be happy with that. Tommy Fox ends up in the wall there out of 4 as well.
You clearly hear some displeasure over the comms. These guys are on the radios communicating there. Matt Novella unhappy with that, but able to stay within the draft, so he'll be able to make his way back through. You see Volpus passes Gambrill. New race leader, Joe Volpus, to the point.
Takes the high side there, down in 1 and 2, able to take the lead. That's not really the move if you want to save tires, is you really want to run the bottom and be as ginger as possible. So Joe doing the opposite there to take the race lead. And look at that right behind them. Ken Redinger and John Beverly battling for third.
Absolutely. I think Beverly said, hey, let's just watch what the champion does. Maybe we can learn something, learn a few things, but let's stay in touch with the leaders here. 3 total sets of tires, including the one that you started the race with. We can go about 50 to 54 laps on a fuel run. So pretty cut and dry here. You're going to have to do 2 stops here to make it to the end of the race. And you look at that, Dalton Connor going to thread it right behind Justin Parham there, going to get right under the left rear, try to upset that car a little bit. Connor looking on the inside, see if he can make the bottom work.
It's Novella around Steve Lewis, so I think you might want to look right behind him there. You know, we got Novella now. The next car in front of him is Jay Stinson, as Stinson's now all over the back of these 2 right in front of him.
Yeah, it looks like Novella able to recover nicely, but Jay Stinson is on the prowl. Looking inside, there's the Venom Motorsports teammate, Justin Parham. These guys run a lot together, so they're very comfortable racing around each other. They kind of know each other's moves, so it's a little cat and mouse game between the 99 and the 98. But look at Novella charging the bottom, making that bottom work early.
Yeah, we'll see if there's any more games played between these 2 or not. Looks like it's going to be clean for now.
Yeah, it looks like that was kind of like a, we each got 1. It's a draw right now. Let's race on.
There's a car spinning.
Stinson with a little bobble there. Look at Novella go through the grass. Dalton Connor. Stinson with contact as well. It's carnage here. Caution is out at Atlanta. Oh, my goodness. Wow, that happened quickly. A lot to unpack there. Things can really happen with that buttery race surface currently. But you see Dalton Connor gives Matt Novella a little what for there. It was a T-bone moment of the race, perhaps.
We got the drone cam ready for you.
Yeah, Joe Volpus is your current leader. It looks like Ken Redinger got to 2nd place on that. I don't see Eric Gambrill, so I believe he was involved. So we're going to go with the replay here. Joe, unpack this for us.
You can see the 46 already loose going down to the bottom. Now on the apron, trying to correct it, gets behind on the steering, spins around now sideways in front of the field, and the T-bone moment of the race. Two of them.
Oh,
Two of
my
them.
neck, my back. Call yourself a lawyer. Woof.
Roll that that beautiful bean footage a little backwards here, and we
Take
go.
another look at it here. It looks like Gambrel
We go
almost
back
had
to-
recovered that, but that was wild. Take another look here.
Go from Dalton Connor here. Dalton Connor, one of the T-bones in this stake down on the front stretch. Oh,
Yeah, he
and
said,
there's the second one.
Matt, it's a 2-for-1 T-bone special, a buy one get one here at Atlanta. Matt Novella finishing the job that Eric Gamble and Dalton Connor started, and looks like they're
look
going
at
to
all
have
these
to
stars.
utilize one of those
Oh.
fast repairs. You see
Oh.
Stinson, Connor, Novella, Gamble crab walk in the car, so he did it for the Lucky Charms indeed. And Steve Lewis looks like that
yep.
car looks okay.
Little
Definitely
damage.
a little bit of damage. I think it's cosmetic. Looks like it still has the handle on the car, but look at that crab walking job. That reminds me of Sam Hornish there in the COT era at the All-Star race doing the crab walk at Charlotte.
Let's just go through all the cameras. Oh, look at that nice cameraman. Oh yeah, there we go. That's what we want to show you.
So I don't
Look at
think
that.
that's conducive to good racing. So he's going to have to come in and service that car, slap on that fast repair, and you're not going to have that safety net anymore. So he's going to have to be wise what he does now. Everybody involved looks like they came in for service there. A couple staying out. So we'll have to go and take a look and see exactly what happens on pit road.
Yeah, I think they're getting ready to double back up front. So yeah, I think watching the hand over the fist here is pretty. This is gonna get fixed pretty quick here.
Absolutely. So
but
you'll
it
see
definitely
that.
looks like we're about to go back racing.
You'll see a quick pop, and he overshot the pit stall there a bit. Up. There we go. Fast repair engaged, and he's back in action, folks. So the beauty of this series is that one fast repair is included for situations just like these, where in real life, you only have that one opportunity. So he used his get out of jail golden ticket right there. So Eric Gambrel lives to race another day. But back to the current situation, Joe Vulpes, your leader, he's going to have company there on the outside. He's going to go face up against Ken Redinger on the outside there on this restart. Beverly going to be inside row 2. Tommy Fox on the outside in a double lot. It looks like row 3 has Jay Stinson and Justin Parham. Steve Lewis going to be right behind them in the Nike 88 machine. And right behind them, you see Gambrel and Novella coming back to the action. Pace car's off, back in the restart zone. Vulpes going to go late in the box. He's going to get a great jump. Clear Redinger. Looks like Beverly is going to be side by side with Ken at the 77-24 do battle. Look at Parham shove Tommy Fox in that 00 up to speed on the high line, guys.
Yeah, you got a couple cars leaving the pits, actually. Novella was a tow job. He just got back out on the track. Dalton Connor still in the pits. So a couple guys with some trouble. You got Gambrel trying to close his way back up. You got Parham right there. A lot of stuff going on right now throughout the field.
Yeah, so those guys are probably going to need another caution here early to get back and be competitive. Looks like Gambrel is there looking to make sure he can get back to the front. He liked that clean air, and they like fighting with Vulpes. They're going to go high, send it high on Parham there. Looks like that Lucky Charms machine is fast, and I just don't think he cares about wrecking that car again. He's going for it, fellas.
Yeah, if he wrecks it again, though, that's going to be the end of the race for him. So got to be aware of that as well.
Yeah, he just knows one way. Put that accelerator to the floor. That loud pedal goes loud.
It looks like Dalton Connor also back on the track there, see?
Absolutely. Vulpes is going to stay down and protect the bottom, maybe save a little bit on those tires we mentioned. Redinger is going to mount a charge on the outside there. He's within a car length of Vulpes, Beverly trailing in third. Look at Ken looking inside there. Vulpes is getting close to that wall. Vulpes is losing it. Contact. Oh, Vulpes in the wall. Beverly clears, almost gets collected in that. Oh, my goodness. Stinson and Parham almost get by there with a little bit of contact. Vulpes with a problem. He's going to take it to the pit road, and that's going to bring out caution number 2 from Atlanta.
I think we got a good view of that one that time. Nothing to really go back and look at. Great job by everybody missing the 13 car right there. You can watch the 13 go through the grass. We can go backwards and just take a second look
You
at
know,
it.
it looked the grass looked a little high in spots, so he's just doing a little complimentary landscape surface here at Legacy Atlanta. But watching this unfold there, you saw Volpus trying to rip the fence right there, try to carry that momentum. You saw Redinger there. And Volpus, it's just treacherous out of 4 there. It's high risk, high reward. A little too much throttle. You can find yourself losing grip right there, as we saw Volpus encounter. And without a nose, it looks like he's going to have to take that fast repair. Couple takers down pit road. I think a few of these guys are going to go for a little splash and go, while some others might have some minor cosmetic damage to take a look at and maybe patch up.
Yeah, I think Joe hit a bump there in the middle of 3 and 4. I think that's what happened. A little too high on the track. So yeah, you got pit stops going on. Parham, Gambrel stay out here, it looks like. So we'll see what their strategy is. Of course, Dalton Connor, I believe. Novella got the lucky dog. Dalton Connor was trying to get a lap back, not going to get it, unfortunately. So that's pretty much what's going on there, and I think this is a good chance to get our little ad spot in for the day there. See?
Yeah, let's pay the bills, and there's a man that has a question for you.
Here at KK Woodscapes, we only work with the finest woods, the finest tools. We sand the wood here at KK Woodscapes. We stir the paint with a wooden stick here at KK Woodscapes. And then we brush the wood with a wooden brush here at KK Woodscapes. And when it's all said and done, we have these perfectly manicured nails. Put the plaques in the trophies, in the envelopes, ship them to your box, and on your way to you to commemorate your special day. Got wood, KK Woodscapes.
Yeah, and after watching that, I know the answer to that question. Kevin Kyle over at KK Woodscapes makes some great trophy and award presentation materials there. So if you have an idea, he can make it come to life. He does a lot of awards for not only this series, other series within MRL, and others within the iRacing community. So reach out to KK Woodscapes today. He's got the wood.
Yeah, here you go. You can see right here the pit times for everybody. Looks like fuel only. 4 tires for Tommy Fox, 2 tires for Brandon Garand, and it looks like everybody else with fuel only right here.
So it looks like a little splash and dash for the front right there. We've got a newcomer here to the front row. Looks like Justin Parham is going to take the inside line, going to face off against Redinger. So Justin Parham, your new race leader, and right behind them you have Jay Stinson on the inside, John Beverly on the outside, and then behind them you have Steve Lewis on the inside with Tommy Fox on the outside. So we're going to gather it back up, tighten those belts one more time, as Larry Mack would say. Pace car is off. We're going to go back green, fellas. Justin Parham gets a great jump later in the box. He's going to clear everybody by at least 2 car lengths. And the race is for second right now. Stinson on the inside, Redinger on the outside. Beverly pressuring Redinger on the outside. Going to send it way high against the wall right there. Look at these guys going for it right out of the gate on that restart. Clean air is such a big thing here. Redinger going to dive down to the bottom, challenge Parham for the lead.
Redinger not satisfied with just winning the championship, wants to go out there and win the race as well. Going to take control of this race once again, it looks like. Oh, they get a little tight there off 4.
Little loosey-goosey right there, but the 99 and the 24 stay side by side, as well as Stinson and Beverly there in row 2. Looks like Steve Lewis and Tommy Fox trailing just behind them, watching these leaders go for it. Say, you know what, we saw what happened last time. Let's just stay a little bit behind it. These guys are getting really aggressive up front.
Yes,
See,
they
Joe
are.
Volpus has got that fast repair there, Joe, so he's back in action as well.
Oh.
Ken Redinger with a little bobble gets it loose, but able to recover nicely. Woo, what a moment there, going for the lead, and then with just what we saw, a little treacherous out of 4 right by that tunnel bump, fellas.
Yeah, that was almost the end of his run right there. Almost had to use a fast repair himself, but able to correct it there pretty well. And it's now opened up the door for Jay Stinson and John Beverly to battle Justin Parham for the race lead.
Look at these guys, Stinson
Oh.
and Parham. Look at Beverly there with a great run, nowhere to go. He's looking, he's thinking, he's got, wow, look at that.
Oh, we got somebody spinning in the back. We got the
Gambrel.
46 around.
He's going to finish the part of the landscaping that Vulpes missed, and it looks like he's going to be able to gather it back up. We stay green.
Go Vulpes.
Look at this
Three
Hornets that's
wide
up
and
here.
takes the lead.
Vulpes up to the lead, watching those guys battle. He said, let me go. I think he has some fresh right side tires. I think he took 2 there, so we're seeing the advantage. Steve Lewis entering the fray as well. 77 with a bobble, and Renninger able to recover nicely after losing it out of 4, getting right back up to the front there. Going to challenge these guys. As we see, they're all just covered.
Buddy getting tight with each other. Here we go. Steve Lewis, Jay Stinson, Ken Renninger.
Incredible action here at Atlanta. They're all under a blanket right there. Redinger loses it again out of 4. Oh, Matt Novella is going to make contact with Redinger. Nowhere to go. The champ loses it. The 56 contact again. That's incredible.
Oh, somebody else is around.
Jay Stinson in the 98 around going for a ride. I think that's going to bring out our 3rd caution of the afternoon. What an incredible series of events right there as you see Vulpes going away. A little late on the call, but I believe that race control has deemed this a caution. The yellow will come out here at some point. And there it is, yellow out. Caution is out. Yeah, it was a little delayed there. Race stewards realized there was a problem, had to intervene as iRacing did not generate that caution on its own. So under caution for the 3rd time tonight here on Friday Night Thunder. All it takes is just a quick blip and a quick bobble, and there you go.
So yeah, we got a couple wrecks to go back and look at here. We got the original one with Ken Redinger and Matt Novella to go take a look at here, where that one started. So, here you go, going down the backstretch. Ken Redinger clearing himself there on Stinson very easily. Gets up into a high line. Looks like he hits the same bumps Joe did, and then gets loose. And then there's the T-bone. And that's the end of the 56's day right there. And then you go forward, and I don't know what happened there.
Oh, wow, yeah. Maybe we could take another peek at that. That was sudden. So we're still green right here. The 77 Beverly sees a hole right there, right between Steve Lewis and Jay Stinson.
Yeah, they just ran out of space right there.
Ran out of real estate. It's a little tricky in that dog leg there. You kind of lose spatial awareness there briefly. It just takes a moment.
Well, that could have been really bad. Dalton Connor almost had his race ended there as well on a T-bone moment, but he was able to get it rolling, and that pretty much leaves us where we're at. Steve Lewis actually going to stay out on the track, take over the race lead here for the time being.
Yeah, so Steve Lewis going to get that bonus point there, staying out as your leader. It looks like Beverly's going to stay out as well after a little brief contact there affecting Jay Stinson there. Just one of those unfortunate racing deals.
That is Matt Novella out of the race officially here, so he will be the first one out. And that will actually hurt him in that championship battle, remember. He was tied with Steve Lewis coming into tonight. So I believe this now means that Lewis will finish in front of him officially. Jay Stinson was right there as well, so Stinson should be able to pass him for that spot as well. And Dalton Connor, I think, would have to win the race in order to get around Novella. So I think Novella's, with Dalton multiple laps down, I think Novella's safe to finish 6th.
Absolutely there. Heard a little bit of displeasure over the racing comms there, but it's one of those bang-bang deals. Novella nowhere to go as Redinger was just sliding across the track. Just an unfortunate series of events there. I know these guys work hard and compete hard every week, so when something like that does happen, the race is kind of taken out of your hands. Just unfortunate set of circumstances there for the 56. But lights are off the pace car there. We're gridded back up as this field is slowly shrinking. Little takeaway from what we've seen thus far. What have you noticed, Joe?
Don't run the really high line in 3 and 4. We've seen now 2 of our top 3 points contenders, the actual back-to-back champ, the last one, to get up there too high in 3 and 4, hit the bump, and get out of control because of it. So don't run the super, super high line in 3 and 4. You know, you can run that high line, but don't be up against the wall.
Yeah, we've had a handful of lead changes right there, so it's been absolutely racy. Pace car off. Steve Lewis on the inside. John Beverly on the outside. Lewis is going to allow iRacing to call the green right there. Beverly's going to get a great jump on the outside. Highline's got the momentum, but Steve Lewis rebounds on the inside. Volpus gives him a little shove, and looks like Beverly takes it high. Lewis hugs the bottom. Steve Lewis able to clear. Joe Volpus looking for the 2-for-1, unable to clear the top right there. Beverly going to go and look outside of Lewis. Steve Lewis run in the middle right there, going to take it down to the bottom. Really smooth from the 88.
I got some hard battling going on right here as well. 77, the 99 right there on the back bumper of Beverly. It looks like he may have got him a little bit out of control right there, and it's now allowed Volpus to maybe sneak back up his inside.
Yeah, it looks like Volpus doing a great job hiding the pug in the bottom there. Lewis doing a great job on the bottom as well. Looks like Parham is really affecting the air on the rear of that 77. Can try to make the move to get the position. Gonna take a peek down low on the 77. Looks like the 99 is going to be able to get it done.
Yep, looks like John Beverly's struggling a little bit right now, because here comes Ken Redinger now trying to make a move right here for another spot for that top 4, and able to get it done and dusted right there. So Ken Redinger back up to 4th.
Just takes a little momentary lapse, get out of the throttle, have a close moment to gather the car back up, and you lose such precious pace right there as you see the leaders getting away. Volpus taking a look on the outside for the lead. He's going to take that high line that Joe just warned us about on the broadcast. Able to make it stick this time. New race leader, Joe Volpus.
Yeah, he is able to take the race lead, but if there's cautions throughout the course of this race, then he's going to be at a disadvantage, down a set of tires to everybody else. So we'll see what happens. Is now you see Justin Parham making a move on Steve Lewis right behind him.
99 looking really racy tonight. Looks like he's going to be able to get close as you see the double zero. Taking a look at the 77. Volpus going for another ride, able to gather it back up there. The 13 has just had quite the problems with grip tonight.
Not sure what's going on there. I don't know if it's a car thing or something else going on, but it does seem like to be a common theme throughout the field.
Absolutely. We see the 24 of Ken Redinger get by the 88 of Steve Lewis for second, and it looks like the 77 is just falling back. Maybe he used up his tires early. Volpus in the wall there. He's really got his hands full tonight.
Yeah, he's not the only one, though. Everybody pretty much really struggling right now with whatever's going on. Got some chaos going on a little further back. Gambrel all over the back bumper of Stinson right there into turn 1. Thought it was going to be a bit more chaotic, but it looks like they've settled it right there. John Beverly slipping backwards. Looks like he's just trying to settle in and get this car to the next pit stop at this point.
Absolutely. Speaking of which, these guys are about 20 away from the window opening, so we'll have to see what happens here. Some of those guys topped off so they could maybe make it even to halfway. Maybe have a set of tires right there, really fresh for the end run. But as it stands right now, the 24 is on the prowl of the 13. The 99 of Justin Parham able to regain the race lead. So Justin Parham, your race leader at the moment from Atlanta.
Yeah, so of course Volpus on those fresher tires. I think he just needed to get resettled in here with the car getting so loose everywhere in order to get advantage of these fresher tires again. So now he's back. Looks like on the hunt here, trying to get underneath Parham for the race lead once again.
Absolutely. Parham content to run the high side. Volpus making it stick on the bottom. And looks like it's going to get him close, but Parham able to carry that momentum on the outside there. Highline dominant right now at Atlanta. And Volpus just trying to search around there for some grip, search around for some momentum. He shifts up a lane to the middle, perhaps maybe get up a little closer and influence a little side draft. We're going to see they're side by side as we enter turn 1.
Side by side for the race lead right here. Looks like the bottom is going to get the advantage center, but off the corner is going to be the outside with Parham right here for the time being, but they're still side by side going into 3.
Volpus a little closer this time on the entry, so this is about the best he's had it in the last couple laps. Is he able to make it stick? It got a great bite there out of 4. They're still side by side, but Parham once again going to carry a little bit of the momentum there. But Volpus inching ever more forward. Looks like Volpus going to get the slight advantage entering 1. Is he going to be able to slide up out of 2? Let's see if he's got enough real estate. And he's going to be able to do the slide job right there. So great patience right there for Volpus to complete the lead, regain the lead, and looks like Parham is going to settle for second right now. But all that's done is brought those other drivers back into the fray here. We got a 5-car breakaway.
Yeah, Tommy Fox able to latch onto the back of these 5 cars. Steve Lewis looking like he's trying to peek up the inside of the 24. 99 there's a little bit loose. Parham going to slip backwards, may allow Ken to get to his outside right here.
Yeah, looks like Redinger's on the outside right there. He's got the momentum. Parham goes down in the lane there. It's searching around for the grip. I think Redinger's been really good at wrapping the top here lately after he's had a couple bouts with losing the handle on the car, but able to get the pass completed. Ken Redinger to second.
Back to second. Steve Lewis now on the prowl trying to get around the 99 for third. And Tommy Fox just being quiet in this race, holding on to this lead group in 5th. A little further back, I did notice Gambrill got clear of everybody. He was bumping with the 98 car of Jay Stinson a lot there, but he was able to get clear of him. So it looks like all good between them now.
Absolutely. It looks like Beverly there still falling back like an anchor. Looks like the handle has totally gone away from that car. 77, after early promise there, having a problem. Maybe he's used up his stuff early.
Yeah, that car's definitely struggling. Ran a 32 flat that last time around, so we'll see what's going on this time around. That's about half a second slower than the
Parham
leader.
in the wall.
That's not good.
No, a little bump in the wall there. It's going to allow Lewis to get side by side there. You're going to challenge for third. Steve Lewis doing a great job running that middle and bottom line. Going to be able to get a slight advantage through 1 and 2 right there. I don't think it's enough to complete the pass, but there's going to be a drag race down the backstretch for sure.
There you go, Steve Lewis from Missouri trying to work his way up to the front. It looks like for the time being, though, he's going to settle into 4th still. Tommy Fox gets the wall behind him, yeah.
Yeah, Tommy Fox quietly having a nice run here. A little bobble hits the wall. Top 10 Tommy doing what he does best. He's right there in the mix, just putting together a solid race. But it looks like these guys are inching closer to Volpus there. His potential 3 wide. Like there, as you see Parham regaining the composure. Steve Lewis going to be able to get around Parham finally for third. Justin having
77
a little
with
issue.
trouble.
77 with trouble back there. It looks like he hit something. He's without a nose right now. Oh, boy, that car has got a problem, guys, but he's keeping it rolling. He's going to have to go in for service here. That car is in bad shape. Look at that wheel hanging, guys.
Yeah, he got loose out of 2 and hit the inside wall. That's definitely going to be a fast repair here for the 77.
So not the race the 77 was looking for to finish out the season. It's just not the chase he was looking for either. So back to the drawing board for him.
Yep, we'll see. Well, he's going to be able to get the car back out on the track, so he's got that going for him.
Absolutely. So he's into the pits. He's going to be able to get service. That car just ill handling with that left front just hanging there.
Find his pit stall. There it is.
Overshot.
Oh,
boy,
no.
That car is just in rough shape. It looks like we're going to put some freshies on there, slap a new nose on the front.
Uh-oh.
And
13's hard in the wall.
As we break away there, Volpus with a major issue in the wall right there, slaps it very hard. Guaranteed to knock the toe out of that right front. That's a hurt race car.
It looked like it slipped up there out of 4. Maybe lost the air off the rear end of the car or something, and ended up slapping the outside wall very hard.
13 just not having the best of luck tonight. It's a battle of attrition. Parham scrapes the wall again. The handle on a lot of these cars has really gone off later in the run here. Steve Lewis holding on to second, slowly inching towards that 24. You know, we allude to Ken Redinger as being the long run king, you know, always having a dominant long run car, but Lewis putting something together here. He's kind of stalking the 24. Let's see if he starts closing that gap.
We'll see if he's able to get anything done. Parham able to stick there as well. Tommy, after getting the wall a little bit earlier, still holding on to this group as well. John Beverly back out on the track. It looks like the 46 is struggling with something now as well. Something happened to Gambrel. He's off the pace by a lot. Not sure what happened there.
Must have been another one of those issues where he perhaps lost the handle on the race car. Doesn't look like we see any damage, but definitely had some kind of issue there. It's just that sun beating down on that surface. It's just really slick out there.
Yeah, for certain. You know, looking through the field, right now you got Stinson in 5th. He's pretty far back of these guys in front of him. He's got Dalton Connor between him and Tommy Fox. Dalton Connor, of course, a couple laps down. Looks like Joe Volpus is now officially out of the race. So you got Connor a lap down, and I think that says Beverly is 2 down, if I'm not mistaken.
Absolutely.
Or maybe
so
3 down.
Looks like he's 2 down, maybe 3 down, but Dalton Connor's going to be in that lucky dog position right now. Steve Lewis slowly reeling in our leader. We might have a battle for the lead here shortly. The 88 is just really got that middle working, where the 24 is absolutely preferring the high line there. Lewis making that middle work. That middle groove is coming in nicely for him tonight.
I just went back to Gambrel again. He's still way off the pace. He ran a 35 2 laps ago. Last lap was just a 33 2. So he's way off the pace of everybody else on the track.
Yeah, so this has absolutely become a race of attrition. Multiple drivers have had their hands full. You've seen multiple spins, car losing the handle, contact with inside and outside retaining walls, hitting those safer barriers. Right on board with Eric Gambrel right now, who's in 6th. But it looks like he's got to run a really conservative pace right now. I just don't think the rubber is on that race car like it needs to be.
Looking around, and nobody else is like remotely close to those laps. Everybody else is in the 31-second bracket, or Beverly on fresh tires is running 30.7s. So yeah, he's by far the slowest car on the track right now.
Absolutely. So it looks like Justin Parham has reeled in the 88 right behind Lewis there, as Lewis is just maintaining a 2 to 3 car length gap behind our race leader, Redinger. It looks like Justin is able to kind of find his mojo again. As I say that, he looks like he slapped the wall there. So Justin is just getting every ounce out of that race car right now.
Falling backwards right there as soon as he said something. So maybe a bad omen to say something about Parham right now.
Looks like the broadcaster's jinx is coming into effect once again.
Gambrel's spinning. He's coming down pit road.
There comes the menace. The menace making a grand entrance down pit road. I think Eric has had enough. He's coming down to pit road. That's definitely going to be a speeding penalty on entry, as he was not able to woe it down. Let's see what happens when he enters the pit stall here. Unbelievable. 46, the pole sitter here.
He's not even pulling in. He's trying to pull into the. He's trying to pull in the garage area.
He was trying to find a way out through the tunnel and get out of here. So Eric Gambrel takes the tow. I think he's going to be done.
I think that's pretty safe to say there. See.
Yeah, we hear more displeasure over the comms. So a few guys having fits of rage here at Legacy Atlanta tonight on Friday Night Thunder. Lap 51 of our 120-lap main event, the season championship. And it looks like we have a brewing battle for the lead as Steve Lewis's car has come to life on the long run. Ken Redinger just looking to do what he can to hold on to that clean air.
Yeah, Steve Lewis showing some good pace here on the long run. Running a little bit lower line than Redinger, so maybe that outside line is just not doing what it needs to do for these tires, for these boys.
Yeah, look at Louis come. He's right behind the 24 there. It's just a matter of time as these guys are
I
roughly
think
10
Dalton
to
Connor
15
just had an
laps
issue.
away from the pit cycle. The 93, Dalton Connor there, he's had his hands full tonight. Already a lap down. We've seen him involved in a T-bone incident earlier in the race, so he's got to protect that car. He doesn't have that fast repair anymore.
So we'll see if what happens there. But yeah, Steve Lewis still trying to set up this move, running the bottom line. Seems to be the superior place to be at this point in the run.
Absolutely. You see the 24 trying to play a little defense there, taking the line away a little bit, then moves back up top, trying a little arrow block. He sees Lewis in the mirror. He knows he's coming, and Lewis goes down to the bottom right there, try to get every inch out of it. Looks like Redinger's opened up a gap. I think Lewis got a little loose there on exit.
Yeah, it looks like we're also probably in the window to make it on one stop, so it's still a long way to go to make it on that one stop.
Absolutely. Look at Tommy Fox there. He's steadily approaching there, trying to size up Parham for the pass. The 00, just running smooth lap times, smooth lap line as well. Looks like he's using that middle groove, maybe taking a page out of the Lewis playbook.
Oh, no.
And there goes Justin Parham in the wall. Oh, my goodness. Wow, he's just smacked the inside wall. Similar fashion to what Beverly did, and he's without a nose. Looks like we still stay green as Justin was able to get below the racing surface and keep the car moving, but the 99 with an absolute problem.
Yeah, I think he used his fast repair earlier too. That might be the end of his day too.
So the 99, Justin Parham, title contender. Oh my goodness, trophy hunting Justin Parham there. Going to have to go down pit road here. Let's see what happens when he enters the pit stall. But yet another victim to the treachery here at Atlanta tonight.
And the field keeps on dwindling out here.
Yeah, it's a survival of the fittest out here indeed. And Justin misses the pit stall. Oh my goodness, that car just won't turn. Looks like he wanted to pull into Beverly's pit stall. He just beside himself.
Tires on it, but they're not fixing it, so I don't think that thing's leaving the pit stall.
They're jacking it up right here. Looks like we're going to fix some damage because, like you just alluded to, he's without that fast repair, so he might be there for a few minutes tinkering on that car.
And he also might have, I think that's a meatball. I'm going to be honest with you.
Might
I don't
have
think
been
that car's going
terminal.
to be going anywhere.
And all this is going on. Look at the 88 side by side with the 24 here. We got a battle for the lead brewing from Atlanta tonight on lap 57.
Yeah, we do. Coming up to halfway here in a couple of laps, Steve Lewis once again on the heels of Ken Redinger.
That's it. So all it takes is just one little bobble. Lewis is running that clean line in that middle groove there. Just constantly just clicking lap after lap away, just keeping that momentum going. He's like a machine out there.
And still able to keep that lead, though, for the time being. It looks like that Highline's still doing him wonders at this point.
Highline definitely working for Redinger. That clean air out there as the leader absolutely helping him to this point.
Yeah, right now these two have pulled away from Tommy Fox, who's now the third place driver after everything going on. Jay Stinson back in fourth. He's a bit ways back as well. And that pretty much does it for cars on the lead lap at this point.
There's 4 cars on the lead lap currently. Not the race that they bargained for. Not the race that we thought that we would see unfold tonight. As you see Parham still in the pits there. That's just that's a sad-looking race car, Joe.
77 was on the apron again, as here comes the 88 now for the race lead.
Absolutely. So 88 there. He's given Redinger a whole mirror full of race car here, lap after lap. Going to send it down to the bottom again. Redinger just has that momentum on the outside there, defending really well. But you can see Lewis clearly running consistent lap times.
Yeah, still doing what he has to do in order to just stay right there with him.
Yeah, we're at halfway at the line here. Halfway home from Atlanta on Friday Night Thunder.
If you guys want to make it on one stop, the pit window opens in about 10 laps. So we'll see who's going to be the first one to blink.
Absolutely, because you remember these guys did top off after the last caution, so they can go to roughly lap 70 to 75.
However, I'm thinking with the tire fall off here, we're running 32s. I mean, it might almost be beneficial for somebody to pit an extra time. I see Tommy Fox running a 32.6 that last time around. Maybe would be beneficial for him to pit right here, short pit, and then take a two-stop race here to the end. May be able to make up that time. Looks like somebody just came down pit road. I think that was Dalton Connor.
I believe it was Dalton
Oh, look
Connor
at
there.
this!
Oh, look at Steve Lewis there. The sneak attack caught Redinger napping. New race leader, Steve Lewis, as we come to the line right there, able to make a great move on Redinger. Steve Lewis with the race lead here, lap 62 now, lap 63 of 120. That car has just got some mojo to it on the long run there, taking a page out of Redinger's playbook there. Look at Steve Lewis there with the long run, the 88, your new race leader.
Yes, he is, and that move, we'll see if it plays out for him. Running that bottom is working right now, though, based on the outside for Redinger, because he hasn't been able to get that run back with that momentum. I think the 24 used up his stuff.
Absolutely. Lewis playing the long game right there, still with slightly better equipment, a little bit more left on those tires. Redinger there paying maybe a little bit of a price, keeping it up high lap after lap. Lewis maybe with less wear, able to come through on that long run and able to make that pass stick and stay in front of your champion.
Looks like, yeah, so Dalton Connor did pit for 4 tires there. So we'll see what he's able to get done here, if he's able to make that work. Remember, he was a lap behind already. So now he's 2.5 laps behind, pretty much. So we'll see. I think that's too far back to make this work, though, because he will have to pit again.
Absolutely. I mean, you could run all out, but being multiple laps down now, you're really at a disadvantage. So he's going to have a little help there, as well as having great pace. So 93 not out of it per se, but he's definitely going to have to pull a magic trick or 3 to make this happen.
Yeah, I don't really see anything too crazy happening for him in order to get back into this, barring everybody else messing up on their pit cycle. Let's see. Everybody pretty spread out at this point. Redinger is the closest to anybody still, and that's the second place battle. But everybody else is spread out, so it's really going to come down to when everybody pits at this point.
See Jay Stinson back there in 4th, about 7.5 seconds behind. So yeah, these guys have definitely gotten spread out. I'm going to have to maybe undercut on the pit here, have a clean entry and exit, maybe make up a little bit of time.
Yeah, we'll see who's able to do it the best, getting on and off pit road. Steve Lewis usually not the best at that, so he's probably going to want to build up as big of a lead as possible here. Ken Redinger, we all know how good he is at getting on and off pit road, so I'm almost assuming that Lewis is probably going to be at a disadvantage on the pit cycle unless he's able to pull big enough of a lead.
Absolutely. So you see him stretching the advantage. Beverly coming in the pits again. I'm not sure what's going on. I think he lost the handle on the car, and I think he's decided to park it.
It looked like he was trying to find the escape hatch there as well.
Yeah, he was trying to pull a gambrel. He said, F this place, I'm out of here. So with that all being said, Lewis pulling a nice 1 second advantage over Redinger right there, slowly increasing that lead. He's going to need every 10th, every 1,000th when we come to pit here shortly to ensure that he has a great pit cycle here for the money stop. And in the case that he does have a slow stop, he's building the equity right now, like you just mentioned.
Yeah, he's got this lead up just over, it looks like about 1.5 seconds. So he's got to keep growing it, though. I'd say he's got to get this thing up to about 2 to 3 seconds, I'd say, for it to offset anything he might lose on the pit cycle. Because we just know how good Ken is getting on off pit road. Jay Stinson usually pretty good at it as well. Tommy Fox, pretty decent. So looks like Steve Lewis. I see a bunch of pitting in showing up on my
Yeah,
board. I
so
don't know if he's pitting in or if he hit the wrong button.
sometimes he likes to cry
Oh,
wolf
he's
with that
pitting.
command, but
Oh, he's pitting.
this time it's legitimate. The 88 coming in for service here. This is the money stop here at Atlanta. Steve Lewis looks like he gets in there clean. I don't see any black flags, so he got in there clean. He's at speed, so this one's going to be interesting here. Redinger stays out.
Well, you know what we talk about talking about how he needed to make sure he didn't lose time on the pit cycle. Well, this is one way to make sure if you undercut everybody else.
Absolutely. He is able to make it from here. So I believe 53 to 54 laps on the tank of fuel. So he's going to be able to make it to the end here. So Redinger is staying out. Maybe try to stay out a few extra laps and have slightly fresher tires as opposed to the 88 right there. And then Tommy Fox, new second place. Jay Stinson inherits third. They're still out there as well running around. Maybe going to go in a little bit later, have some fresher tires over the 88.
Yeah, we'll see if that's the way to go or not. It all depends on what happens as soon as you come out of the pits, and it all depends on your in-out laps here as well. So Steve Lewis is going to have a huge advantage. I'm going to keep an eye on those lap times for him compared to everybody else. So look at somebody like Dalton Connor who's already pitted. He's running 30. He just ran a 31.1, which, mind you, he's on a little bit older tires. He's over a second faster than everybody out there on those old tires.
Absolutely, and I've also noticed that Stinson has made up a little over a second over Redinger, so I think Ken is really trying to get the most out of that stuff, but he's starting to fall off a little bit.
Fox going to come down the pit this time, trying to get that thing slowed up. It's not slowing up. It's not slowing up!
He hits the cone, he spins it, and oh my goodness, that's not the way to get it done. Tommy Fox with an unforced error on pit road entry. That's really going to hurt, guys.
Not good.
So yeah, that's going to hurt against him. That's going to really hurt Tommy's chances at a strong finish today.
Looking at the lap time, Steve Lewis was not very quick on
Redinger
that.
in the wall there. Redinger in the wall.
Oh, that's going to change things. I was about to say Steve Lewis not looking so fast on the lap times. 31.7 that last time around. This time is going to be 30.7, so that's a lot better. Redinger in the wall, that's going to really slow him down. He almost ran a 33 that last time. I'm sure this lap's not going to be very fast
I think
either.
that knocked the toe out. I think there was a little bit of wheel damage involved on that right front, so that's going to hurt Ken.
Yeah, I see the right front. I'm looking at it right now. The right front does look a little
Yeah,
straight.
he's coming in for service.
Yep, immediately down pit road.
Yeah, that's enough of that for Redinger. You can definitely make it to the end. That Stinson's going to follow suit and pit as well. Really made up a lot of time on Redinger there with the bobble in the wall. So we'll have to keep an eye on those two. And as they all cycle out, Steve Lewis is going to become the race leader. So Steve Lewis going to gain that lead back after these guys finish the pit cycle.
Yep, looking Dalton Connor right in front of him. Dalton Connor's trying to stay one lap down right now. So I don't think that strategy is going to work out for Dalton at all.
No, just unfortunate set of events there for him. The race that could have been for that 93, a lot of trouble early, just unable to rebound from it. And you see the gap right there. Redinger with a classic pit cycle there. Great entry, great exit. He's going to be close to Lewis right there. It's going to be about 2.5 seconds.
Yep, it looks like Tommy Fox isn't coming out of the pits yet either, so he might be done. Oh, no,
There
no,
he
he's
is.
coming out.
No,
Never mind.
he had
He
to
was in
serve
there
that
for
penalty.
a long time.
Yeah, he had it looks like a 70 seconds worth of black flag hold penalty right there due to that unsafe pit entry and the speeding.
He's able to get it back out there, though, so it's Tommy Fox in 5th. Here goes Dalton Connor 2 laps down. He's currently in 4th. And then you got Lewis. He's trying to hold off now. You got Ken Redinger. Let's see if he was able to use his fast repair here or not. I'm going to take a look at that front end. And that front end is still scraped in. So whatever damage Ken has, he's got. So we'll see if that's how much that's going to affect him on the long run.
He may have had to use that fast repair earlier in one of his couple of self-spins early in the race. I can't confirm that, but I want to say that is what happened. but he may also be saving it. So maybe he feels the car still is fast enough, but he's definitely at a handicap. We'll see if he can reel in Lewis. As you see, he's about 4 seconds behind. Jay Stinson currently 11 seconds behind, so they're going to have their hands full over the next 41 laps to try to reel in this 88.
Yeah, he's got a long way to go, Stinson does. We'll see what he's going to be able to do, though. Redinger, I'm expecting, is going to fall off again with that damage. So he may be able to close here on the early end, but I'd say probably in about 15 to 20 laps, he's going to start falling off.
Yeah, you can see he's making up time as Lewis is being conservative around the track. Redinger is going wide open. Tommy Fox back in the pit stall. He said he's hanging it up. He's had enough today.
I mean, he's got the top 5 guaranteed, so might as well.
Top 10 Tommy doing what he does best there, so he's already secured a great result, and he's going to watch these guys have at it. So you see Redinger,
yep.
He's reeling in Connor right there, the lap down car. We saw Lewis be able to pass him about 2 laps before that, so Redinger is coming.
And looking at the gap to Stinson, it looks like it's still around 10 seconds or so. So he's going to have a long way to go. Yeah, there you go. You can see last lap. And Stinson's not really going that fast compared to the leader either. He's actually slower. So Stinson losing time right now. Redinger is gaining time, but I still think that's a red herring sort of situation with the damage to that car.
Yeah, he may be able to get to Lewis, but what happens once he gets there? Will he have used up his stuff? Will that wheel damage really come into play? It's just a lot to overcome right now, but we've seen the champ do incredible things in the past. But take a look right here, and it looks like Stinson a little bit faster than the leader on this go-around, but very negligible.
Yeah, that's not going to get the job done. 39 laps left. He's got to be about a couple tenths faster per lap if he wants to get there. Probably about 2 to 3 tenths faster every lap from here on out.
Absolutely. So it looks like Lewis is just in cruise control at the moment, just managing his gap, just running that middle line that we've seen him run so masterfully to get him to the lead, and just smooth in, smooth out, hitting his marks. That 88 is looking really sharp today.
Yeah, that bottom line's been doing him wonders on those tires. Last run on the long run, it looks like it's probably going to do the same for him this run. Running very consistent laps right now, leading the race. It's got to be nice having that clean air as well. As the air temp's fallen down to 77. It looks like the wind is shifted a little bit towards the north from just being east. So we'll see how much that affects this as the race goes on.
Absolutely. So the air temp down a little bit, track temp still on the warm side. Looks like Redinger is slowly notching that time. Lewis gets a little loose. That's going to get Redinger a few tenths advantage right there. Steve Lewis, you got to stay focused right here. There may be nobody around you, but you have to know what the assignment is. Make sure you don't get caught slipping here.
Yeah, we still got a lot of laps left here too. We're coming to 35 to go this time. So we're only 15. He's only 15 laps into his run, so he's not even halfway yet. Don't want to be slipping this early.
Not at all. Not at all. You just got to maintain what you're doing. Just focus on those marks. Clean in, clean out, lap after lap. Don't worry about what they're doing around you. You just got to stay focused on the task at hand.
Boy.
Little bobble right there as well.
Track is changing a little bit there. It looks like it's very cloudy down there in 1 and 2.
And I don't know about you, but look who's in frame right there, Joe.
Yeah, I think the track temp change. The track temp is probably changing. The characteristics are changing because it's getting darker around here. There's a big cloud that's coming over the track that's going to change the characteristics completely.
Yeah, it's going to cool that surface down a little bit with that cloud cover. That might help Redinger right there, who clearly has a little bit of wheel damage and needs a little bit of extra help in the grip department. But he's reeling in this 88 right now.
Oh, yeah, he's getting really close here, and there's still a lot of laps left. But like I said, we're still probably about 10 to 15 laps away from Redinger really starting to feel the effects of that right front damage.
Absolutely, and we saw the 88 have the dominant long-run car on that last green flag run. So all hope is not lost here, but Redinger rapidly approaches the 88.
Yeah, I know there's not a lot of cars on track, but maybe we could do a quick final crank it up for the season for the boys back home.
Yeah, but before we do that, Redinger is getting closer. Let's see if there's a pass for the lead here. Look at this, Redinger's coming, guys.
Yeah, Redinger getting close. Not sure if he's gonna be able to get something done. Louis might just let him go here, to be fair, and just think long picture. Long term. The 24's got damage. He's gonna come back to me anyways, and
Oh, he
I'm
loses
almost
it a little
wrecking.
bit. Steve Lewis loose right there, lets the 24 go by. New race leader Ken Redinger, he regains the lead right there after Lewis has a loose issue right there. But like you just said, maybe just let him go and reel him back in like you did the last time. But that was a serious hold your breath moment for the 88 as Ken Redinger takes the point. And I think now is a great time. Let's go crank it up. welcome back from an extended Crank It Up here in the championship race from Legacy Atlanta here. It's season 3 from the MRL's Friday Night Thunder ARCA series. And I'm your host, Snake. I've got Smokin' Joe here. We're in the closing laps here from Atlanta. We've seen a great battle between Steve Lewis and Ken Redinger take place. Redinger, now your race leader. Steve Lewis there trying to reel him back in. It's been quite the championship race, Joe.
Yeah, Ken Redinger trying to get all the spoils here this championship. Redinger. So right now is about that time where I expect the right front of Redinger's car to really start becoming an issue. So if Lewis doesn't start cutting into it in the next lap or two, then I think it's Redinger's race to lose.
Absolutely. So looking at that Nike machine, that's a really slick paint job. That's a nice scheme he's running tonight. You know, we call him Air Louie there, kind of nickname him. You know, he's running that Nike scheme. We'll see if he has any of that magic like MJ, for example, with the swoosh on the hood.
Got a couple tenths back there. He's got it down to 2.5. So he might have a little something left in the tank here, or this might be where Redinger's right front trouble's going to start, because look at that. That time is coming down. Like I said, this is that time where it needed to start kicking in.
Yeah, I mean, we've all had that experience where we where we bopped the wall, knocked the toe out, and experienced that wheel damage situation. It really adversely affects the handling of that race car. It's a nightmare when you encounter it. And you know, a championship level driver like Ken Redinger, you know, a racecraft can only overcome so much, but when that tire says I've had enough, you know, it starts waving that white flag, and your lap times are going to be affected by that. As I say that, Dalton Connor comes in for his final service of the night, and I just don't think that that yellow flag he's hoping for and is going to work out for him tonight.
Yeah, that really ends any hope of that now. Lewis now got it under 2 seconds. Stinson is making up the gap that he needs to every lap, I think, here pretty much at this point as well. He's making up what he needs to. Look at that, almost half a second.
Yeah.
So he's making up actually more than he needs to at this point.
A 4.5-second deficit, what was originally an 11-second deficit after the pit cycle. J-Daddy is coming.
Steve Lewis also way faster than Redinger right now, and that gap is coming down in a hurry. The 1.5 seconds, he's going to be there in the next 3 or 4 laps.
Yeah, that 24, that handling has gone away. The 88 is doing like we saw on the last run, running that middle line and just chipping away here on the long run. He's got the superior long run car tonight. Let's see if he has enough time with 12 to go.
I think he has more than enough time. I think his concern now is going to be, is Stinson going to get there as well and make this a 3-horse race? I think he's got to make sure he makes quick work of Redinger and make sure that it doesn't allow Stinson to get in this battle.
And as we say that, the lap down car of Dalton Connor on the freshies there underneath Stinson. So we'll see if that lap traffic comes into play as well, as these guys are trying to get to that 24.
Yeah, if Dalton helps, oh boy.
Stinson a little high, floats a little high there.
If Dalton gets in line here and is able to help the 98 either in front or behind him, then that may give him a little bit of a tow and may help him out. Side by side's not helping him, but he's still making up a lot of time per lap. I think Steve Lewis might be there. Steve Lewis got 4/10 that last time.
98 going to tuck behind the 93 right there, but Steve Lewis is slowly inching towards race leader Ken Redinger, paying the price on that wheel damage. And Lewis with that long run mojo right here. It's the perfect storm with 10 to go from Atlanta. This could be for an exciting finish right there. Look at him within 5 car lengths.
Yeah, he's way, way faster here than Ken Redinger.
Look at him run the high line, something we haven't seen from the 88 before. Trying different ways, going where the 24 isn't to try to chip into that gap and set up the move.
Half a second faster that last time around. That means that Lewis should be able to set up the move here very quickly. He needs to make sure Hayes Stinson doesn't become a part of this.
Absolutely, he was using Dalton Connor there to help aid with that draft effect. Steve Lewis right there. Look at that! Look at that advantage right there.
That is not how you're going to make a good pass, though. It's going to cost him a lot of momentum off the corner trying to do it like that.
It's going to arrow.
Set it up. Yeah, you need to set it up by going high into the corner. There he goes underneath.
24 able to defend with the aero block. Now they're side by side. This is more along the lines of how you got to use it.
Oh boy.
And he's going to slide right back up there. Lap car in the mix as well. The 93 has a front row seat for this battle for the lead.
Yeah, and now Jay Stinson's really in the picture. Lewis does it wrong again, and now Stinson's really close.
Yep. Oh, a little contact with the wall right there. Come to the line. 7 to go from Atlanta.
Lewis just needs to commit to the high line down in 3 and 4, I think, to get this move done. I don't think the bottom is the way to get it. As I say that, though, you might get it.
Is he going to clear him? Is he going to clear him? Slide job. Wow. With intense. And look at Redinger going for the crossover to respond here through turn 3. That 24 just doesn't have it anymore. Had to really get out of it right there. 88 going to be able to stick it. Race leader Steve Lewis back to the point with 6 to go from Atlanta.
That's getting wild up here, though, because here comes Stinson. He's only a second back now. So Stinson within realm of his front 2. Lewis probably used up a lot of tire there and may have given himself damage, hitting the wall himself. They're both way slower than Stinson.
All that battling, the 98's back into it. The 24 will not relent, trying to stay on the rear of Lewis, but Lewis able to drive better on exit right there with a clean race car and able to run that middle line that he's been doing so well with tonight. But look at Jay Stinson there, Chad. He's going to be able to go right by Redinger. Redinger's car is the head is done on that car tonight. It's going to be a 2-horse lead as the 98 now is looking on the 88 right there. 5 to go from Atlanta. This battle is about to intensify.
Lewis is way off the pace now compared to Stinson. Pretty much exactly what happened with Redinger and Lewis is happening now with Stinson and Lewis, but only 4 laps left. That lap, Lewis really recovered well that time.
Yeah, Lewis with a much better lap. He got the pass for the lead out of his system. He's regained focus on running his line, doing what has gotten him to this point. Jay Stinson there, like a wild man on the outside. He's been ripping the top the entire race, and he's been making it work. That 98 was determined to get up to the front right there. The lap car of the 93 keeping even pace with the leaders there, so that brings another level of intrigue as Stinson's going to use him for that draft effect to get closer to the 88. Look at him close in.
Dalton Connor, I would assume he's on fresher tires, so he should get up and out of the way here in a second.
So with that being said, he stays down on the bottom. Stinson is right at the back bumper right there, Lewis. Yeah, Jay is knocking on the door. Steve has got to defend here these next 2.5 laps.
It's like Dalton Connor decided to bail out altogether, so now it's a mano-a-mano race here at the front.
That's it right here. Heavyweight battle right here. 2 laps to go from Atlanta. Steve Lewis, your leader. Jay Stinson in the 98, a proven race winner in this series there. Look at these guys going at it.
Using the bottom once again. Stinson going to the high line. Huge momentum down into 3. Coming to take the turn 3 and 4 for the white flag this time around. Steve Lewis still with the advantage.
Lewis taking away Jay's line. They're going to stay up top, coming to the line. White flag from Atlanta.
All right, so we got to race back to the checker. No cautions, nothing crazy going to happen. Let's see if Jay's got anything lined up here. Going to try and use the outside. Lewis going to have to go up and block him here.
Yeah, Jay Stinson with a great run. Lewis doesn't fully commit to the block. Stinson going to cross him over, going to go down to the bottom, going to take the preferred spot that Lewis enjoyed. Coming to 3 and 4, it's tight. Coming out of 4, it's side by side. It's anybody's race. Look at these guys. A little bit of contact. Lewis goes around. Stinson goes around. They're sliding here at the finish line. And it's going to be Lewis by a nose.
What just happened?
Steve Lewis, checkers or wreckers on Jay Stinson to close out the championship race from Atlanta. What a hell of a race.
What just happened?
We just saw Steve Lewis win his first race in the ARCA series on Friday Night Thunder, Joe. That's what we just saw.
What happened coming here out of 4?
Unpack this for us. This was an incredible battle here on the final lap. Look at these guys going at it.
I was thinking maybe the 88 got on the wall after a little contact here. No, they're just already together, so they don't even get to the wall. They're just already hooking each other pretty much. They're already glued. Lewis is not going to get out of the gas.
No, you got to fully commit right here, and it looks like, oh no,
and you know
Jay
what?
might get it there.
You know why he didn't get it. If you roll that back, I'll tell you why he didn't get it. Even though he had it, right here. So roll forward a little. Going, and going, and stop. All right.
Stinson's on 2 wheels.
So, I mean, the 88's off the ground here as well. The difference is look at where the 88's headed. He's going to have the chance to get on pavement. The 31 is headed towards complete grass. So that's going to completely send him out of control before it's going to send Lewis out of control. And that's exactly why Lewis was able to win in these last, 100 feet of the race.
His 100-yard dash, indeed.
Yeah, because he's still leading, but now he's completely out of control in the grass.
So yeah, Lewis by a nose, maybe quarter car length right there.
Ken Redinger's probably kicking himself because if he was able to hold on to these guys a little bit better, he actually would have won the race with what happened at F4.
As we see him go zoom right by him.
So it's been a long time since we've seen the Steve Lewis in victory lane. Last time was in Friday Night Thunder in the late model stocks season 2, May 10th of 2024. See,
Been a long time coming for Steve. You know, we see him compete week in and week out, a top 10 contender every race. You know, he's been there at the end of races, hasn't been able to seal the deal, and finally some validation as he wins one of these things. It just shows you the level of competition in this series. There may have only been 4 cars running tonight, you know, in the latter stages of this race, but it was 4 of the best that you'll ever race against in iRacing. As we look at the graphic here and celebrate our champion, Kenneth Redinger, back-to-back Mr. Two-Time. Ken Redinger, stalwart of the series, the ultimate competitor, the champ getting it done and defending his crown.
yeah, great job by Ken. Back-to-back champion, 2-time champ. Hopefully we can get him on here at some point to talk about back-to-back championships. Will be great to have that opportunity. But I do think we have a treat in store for you.
Yeah, so this is exciting because it's been hard to nail down these race winners for some interviews this season. So whenever we do have the opportunity, we really enjoy it. So we welcome tonight's race winner to the booth, Steve Lewis, your winner from Atlanta. Welcome to the broadcast, Steve.
Are you there?
Steve, do you have a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Hey, there we are. How does it feel to win one of these things? You know, we've seen you there in the past. You know, just going for it, and finally put the whole package together, and you snag one of these things. What a hell of a run tonight! Talk us through it.
Uh, that last set of tires was nothing like that first set of tires. That's for sure. That last run was definitely nerve-wracking. A lot looser than the first run. It seemed like the track changed or something happened because it didn't drive the same that last run. But yeah, that was.
So
I knew it'd been a long time since I'd won. I knew I could do it, but I was about to give up hope, to be honest with y'all, because I've been through some struggles.
yeah, so I'll break it down for you. I kind of view this race in 3 segments. You know, the first stint of the race, you know, we saw all these guys going for it, throwing haymakers, losing control of the car, a couple cautions early. Then it kind of settled down through attrition there, and you had that long green flag run. You're able to reel in Redinger and actually get by him on the tail end. You had the better long run car. Then we go to the final pit cycle. You have a good pit stop. He has a pretty good pit stop as well. He's able to reel you in, but I think he had a little wheel damage there, and he got out to a great 2.5-second lead on you, but you were just able to just chop that wood and chip away and get by him, and then it just opened the door for Jay Stinson right there. Stinson really had a battle with you at the end. It was just like a 3-act kind of race. What were your emotions going through that?
Well, when Redinger got by me and he built up a 2+ second lead on me, I pretty much knew if I just kept my calm that I could maybe have a chance of running him back down, because I did at the first stage, but with his damage as well. And but yeah, Stinson came out of nowhere. I mean,
Yeah, talk
shocked
to
me.
us about that on the final lap there. You guys are just heavyweights going for the belt right there. You make the contact, and then you're both going for a ride, and you came out victorious. What was that like in the closing lap?
Well, I noticed in my mirror he was running the high line, which that was the fastest way around, I think, for lap times. But I committed myself to that middle and bottom the whole race, and so I knew I was going to have to run a higher line to kind of block his run. So the last 3 laps I was trying it. One lap I wasn't successful. I think I got into the wall a little bit or something on the outside of him, and yeah, it's definitely nerve-wracking. And then at the end, I didn't want to do a burnout or anything until I seen what happened, because I didn't really know. I was focused on that checkered flag, but we both finished and made it work.
Yeah, we were looking for that celebratory victory burnout, kind of like just go for it and ask for forgiveness later, regardless of the outcome there. But still victorious. I'm going to turn the microphone over to Joe. Joe's got a few questions he's been itching to ask you.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
jeez.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, so looking at the looking over all the stats and stuff going on. This was your first top 5 of the season. So first one in ARCA, your first top 5 in the ARCA series since season 1 at Chicagoland. So it's been a long time. Uh, you tied with this finish tonight with this race win. You tied your best finish in the points in the series as well, 4th place. So how does it feel to get back into the form that you were in season 1 and actually beyond that here with a race win?
Feels good. I think things are finally coming together. And what I didn't understand for the longest time was tire conservation with these things. If you run them hard first 5 laps, you might as well give it up, because you're not going to go nowhere. And I think I've learned to save tires a little better. But I followed Ken there for a stretch of time, trying to learn something off of him. But yeah, it's been a struggle for sure.
Yeah, it
Feels
definitely
good to
looks
get
like
that
you.
monkey off.
I was gonna say it definitely seems like you're turning stuff around with this race here tonight to end the season as well. Great way to end the season. Got a couple weeks off in the series before they come back racing for Daytona at the start of the next season. So what are your prospects looking like going into next season?
Well, I'm just looking forward to running with those guys. They're fast, and I'm just going to take the momentum from this race and try to carry it on to the next season.
And
And
last,
I will say
go
one
ahead, go ahead.
thing: my pit road entrance and exit, I've got to work. I've been working on it a lot here lately, and because that was my downfall. I mean, I'd be 3 or 4 seconds, so the guy behind me and coming out of the pits would be right on me. So I've got to fix that, and I've been working on that hard. So hopefully that will help out a lot too.
And I got one specific question for you about coming to the checkered there. When you and Stinson started making contact out of 4, was there any point in time going through the grass, making the contact, anything like that, where you lifted off the throttle?
No, I don't think I did. Did I?
I don't think you did either. It
No.
definitely looked like watching it there again that you Dukes of Hazard it along with with the 98 across the grass. So even if you were full throttle, nothing was connecting with the ground. I think there at at one point going through the infield. So
I think we were both just trying to make that flag. That's what.
Yeah,
oh
yeah. Let's ride on board and see. We'll look at the telemetry here.
oh yeah, that's a beautiful view. Those RPMs are gonna shoot up here when they start making
When I go,
contact.
yeah, when I go when they come off the ground, they will for sure.
Boy. Oh, look at
There
him!
it
Look
is.
at him
Yeah,
shoot up!
yeah.
Oh, we're across the grass.
He's got it matted to the floor, guys.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
Oh, here
If
we
it,
go. Here we go. 79.
Red
We're-
line in that sucker.
Yeah. Oh, well, now we're at 800 because we're completely out of it. Oh my goodness.
can you go to Stinson's car and see if he?
Oh yeah, he was hopping and a bopping across the grass himself.
Well, I know none of that was intentional on my end, and I don't
I mean,
believe
yeah,
it
both
was
of you
in
just
it. It's
racing so
just a
hard back
racing
to the.
deal. Yeah.
You
Yeah,
guys
let's
just got
right
connected
on
here.
board with Jay over here.
Yeah, like you're already connected at this point. Like this is inevitable. This is what's gonna happen. Then. Yeah, he just
Yeah,
gets the short end of the straw. And now he's in deep in the grass, and it's really over.
yeah, he's not lifting
Oh
at all.
my!
Oh,
Almost barrel rolled.
hits keep coming.
Wow.
Hey, he ended up safely down pit road. Out there. How you doing, Tommy? Oh, there's the pit crew. How you guys doing? Oh,
How about got air there?
he's
Good
gonna
thing his
stop and
wrist
say hi
life
to
worked.
his.
Huh.
Yeah, I think he's gonna stop and say hi to his buddy. I think that's. Oh yeah, that looks like. That might be his pit stall actually.
Yeah, looks
That'd
like
be
he
pretty
landed
funny.
it in his pit stall right there. That's quite a way to do it.
Wow.
That's incredible. All right, I'm gonna hand it back over to C now.
Yeah, so a hard-fought victory, Steve. You know, you top 10 results all season long, you know, just trying to chip away, learn something every week, always here to compete, lead laps, and do everything in your power to be a factor in this series. Um, it's just very satisfying to watch all the hard work pay off. And is there anybody that you'd like to shout out or recognize?
Just you guys know who you are. I mean, everybody I race with on a nightly basis, um, and everybody's gave me a tip here and there. Um, yeah, just every. I mean, you know who you are.
So to all you that have helped Steve in his iRacing journey,
Thank
you
you.
know, yeah, big thank you
Thank you.
because it's a good community out there. You know, there's
It
a lot of
is.
people that are willing to help. I know I've learned a lot, and I still need to learn a lot more. And it's just all those little things. If you can remember and put them together, you know, you'll see the improvement, and it'll validate what you're doing through all those bumps and lumps that you take along the way.
For sure. Yeah, there's a lot of guys that will help you, and then there's some that is a little more keeps their cards close to their vest, if you know what I mean. But there's a lot of guys that'll help you. So, thank you, guys.
Well, there you have it. Steve Lewis, tonight's race winner from Atlanta. Thanks for joining us in the booth tonight, Steve. We look forward to seeing you next season, and we look forward to seeing you on the track in all the other series that you participate in and we race together in.
Yeah, well, thank you guys for having me. And I just want to say thank Joe for putting this Friday Night Thunder on for 2 or 3 seasons, 3 seasons now, I think. It's been fun. And best of luck to Stinson and the guys for taking it over, and let's represent them and keep building.
There you have it. Well said. Steve Lewis, your race winner tonight from Atlanta. So that was a great segue, Joe. You know, Steve alluded to it. You are going to be stepping down as the lead admin of the Friday Night Thunder series. We're kind of passing the baton on to Jay Stinson and his group of awesome racers and admins. You got Ken Redinger, Justin Parham, and Matthew Fritz. So I think this series is in good hands, and looking forward to seeing what these guys offer and bring to the table as Friday Night Thunder indoors.
Yeah, new management in place as well as a new broadcast that should be coming in live next season as well. So a lot of exciting stuff on the horizon for the series. So go check it out. Come back for next season. It should be a fun time with these ARCA cars. Nothing else is changing with the series. They're pretty much going to keep the formula the same way. You can see the lap counts there on the board. Actually a little bit longer races next season compared to what we were doing this season. So I know a lot of guys wanted the races to be a little bit longer, so this might be just what they wanted to see. So if you were looking for those races to be just a bit longer, to get those longer runs going, this is going to be the spot to be next season.
Agreed, agreed. And I know they're going to do what it takes to get the numbers and the participation solid. I'd like to see more than 10 in a championship race next season. So if this is something that appeals to you and you like what you see on the track and what's offered here, reach out, and join the Discord server, get in the series. It's a lot of fun. These guys are not only great competitors, they're great people. They're just a fun bunch, and it's a great time here on Friday nights. So we look forward to continuing the Friday Night Thunder series, and we look forward to seeing you out there.
Should be a good time next season. We got a whole bunch of other stuff. If you pay attention to the cool little ticker we got going on the bottom, a whole bunch of other stuff that goes on over here in MRL as well. The Monday Mayhem Cup Series, we got a cutoff race coming up tomorrow night. So be on the lookout for that on VRN with Mean Gene Money and Zach Panzarella on the call once again. The Tuesday Night Throwdown Series is also getting underway under the same management of Jay Stinson and company. So go check that out. That's a late night Tuesday night series that we got going on. We got the MRL DDI Truck Series on Wednesdays in the traditional earlier slot. For you guys that can't stay up that late, of course, make sure we're offering something to everybody. Thursday Night Thrillers, now the Xfinity O'Reilly car. And then, of course, the series on Friday. So a lot of stuff to check out over here. We got that live broadcast going on with Thursday Night Thriller as well. Buddy doing all the work right now on that. So bear with him as he gets everything sorted out every week. It's really cool to see all the new stuff that he's put into those broadcasts these first couple of weeks, and I'm excited to see where that goes as the season goes on. So don't worry, this channel's not going anywhere.
Yeah, so make sure that you hit the thumbs up, like, subscribe, hit the bell icon, and go to moonlightracingleague.com for all the updates on all of the series under the Moonlight Racing League portfolio. And they'll keep you up to date on where to see it, how to see it, and to be a part of it. And so we'll go ahead and see if we can maybe throw something up on the screen here. But before we do that, takeaways from this season. I'll start with you, Joe, and tell us about that.
Oh, look at that! Oh,
So make sure you do
yeah!
that. So make sure you do that while Joe is breaking down this
Wow!
season 3.
Like, subscribe, all of it. So yeah, pretty wild season, crazy. Ken Redinger was one of only 2 guys with multiple wins this season, and there was, oh my goodness, there was, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 different winners this season. So 17 races, and we had different winners in 12 of them. So that's pretty insane to think about. When we look back, pretty much every season is that way as well, where we have a whole bunch of different winners. So this car truly is the great equalizer. Last season, I believe we had, I think it was 8 different winners in 12 races. So that ratio pretty much stays right at that 67% mark of different winners to race count. So I think that's going to be the thing to see if it stays where it's at, and there's no reason to believe that it won't, because this car truly, everywhere we go. But if you pull up that schedule for next season, again here just real quick, let's just take a look at this. So let's see. So there's 2 super speedways in the regular season. You have a couple short tracks out there. Bristol is always a chaotic one. We've never seen the series go to Legacy Phoenix or Big Indianapolis, so those are 2 new tracks. Watkins Glen is going to be a toss-up because it's a road course. And then you look at the playoff, the chase races, right? You got Iowa. We've seen crazy stuff happen there. Same with Darlington. Michigan is a true toss-up race as well. So I think it's very possible that we see easily double-digit winners again next season.
Yeah, it's all about parity, and we have that in this series. So that's what makes it so much fun to participate in, to call on the broadcast, and to look forward to each week. So, like I said, looking forward to seeing what goes on for season 4. Looking forward to being a part of it, and looking forward to maybe seeing you, the viewer, out there as well. So big things in store. Similar sentiment. Great season. I think that was just a great way to cap things off tonight with a thrilling finish. That's just MRL style right there. And I think that really puts the exclamation point on what we offer here. So big thanks again to all of you that participate, all of you that show up week in and week out, and you, the viewer, that tunes in to see all the action unfold. So looking forward to going June the 5th there for season 4 at Daytona. So, boys, another season in the books. It's been quite a ride. I just enjoyed doing this with you guys. I think this was a great way to showcase what we offer, and a great way to sign off while broadcasting this series with you guys. Big shout out to Ken Redinger, your champion, back-to-back championship there. Definitely a mic drop moment for him. So we look forward to seeing if he can go for the three-peat. Going to be very thrilling to see here in a couple weeks. Final thoughts before we get out of here.
Just excited to see what happens moving forward. Congrats to Ken on back-to-back.
Absolutely. So big shout out to Buddy doing the production and adding all this eye candy out here for us to enjoy and salivate over, and for you at home to digest and enjoy. Looks very professional, and if you look real quick, you think it was real racing on the screen, and that's the beauty of it. So big thanks to Buddy. Joe, it's been awesome having you as our partner in crime. You know, you're definitely my go-to for all the facts and technical details. Definitely couldn't do this without you or Buddy. So it's been an incredible partnership. And I love it when we do the drivers only style broadcast, when we get Fast Louie in the booth, or we would get Brandon Garand in the booth, amongst others. That's always a wild card and a fun time. So I'm going to miss those drivers only style as well. But a hell of a time, and I wouldn't want to do this with anybody else.
Awesome. Just awesome stuff all season. Definitely appreciate everything and how far this channel's come. So it's always very humbling just to see how far we've come.
Yeah, well said. And with that being said, for Buddy in the booth, for Smokin' Joe, and myself, Snake, just big thanks for all you guys that make this thing go week in and week out. And remember, go fast or get past.